Haunting clouds embrace the soul, salted kiss, bashful smile, familiar faces yet pose, unbroken, sit a while. To understand Flatrock is to understand the dialogue between ancient stone and the relentless Atlantic. It is a place where the landscape doesn't just host a community, it carves it. The town is named for its vast sloping shelves of ortho quartzite that slide in smooth slate gray rock. In the summer, these rocks hold the sun's heat long after the light fades, acting as a warm floor for families to gather, much as they have for centuries. It is perhaps the only place on the Avalon where the earth feels like a giant welcoming palm extended towards the waves. The history of Flatrock is etched in salt and devotion. At the heart of the community lies Our Lady Lourdes Grotto, the largest of its kind in North America. Built into the high cliffs, the grotto stands as a testament to a time when the sea was both the provider and the peril. In 1984, the town's quiet beauty was shared with the world when Pope John Paul II stood upon those very rocks to bless the fishing fleet. That moment remains a point of deep pride, a bridge between a small outport and a global stage. For generations, the Flat Rocks were more than a scenic wonder. They were a workplace. This was where the cod were hauled and cured under the watchful eye of Beamer and the surrounding hills. Today, the community is a blend of that rugged past and peaceful present, where the tradition of the sea continues, even if the scale has shifted from industry to legacy. If you stand near the water when the wind is low, the sound of the ocean hitting the shelf creates a deep percussive hum, the heartbeat of the cove. Flatrock remains a sanctuary of stone. It is a town that reminds us that while tides are ever changing, there is a profound strength in staying grounded on the rock. The deepest of blues beckon, flickering whites entrance. Canvas invites vibrant strokes, behold rider and lance. Point Lance lies at the edge of the Avalon, where the pavement finally surrenders to the salt air and the rhythmic pulse of the beautiful ocean. It is a place defined by its edges, the towering cliffs, the sprawling green mountains, and the vast white stretch of sand that feels like a secret kept by the fog. Here the landscape is as a dramatic dialogue between the rugged and the serene. To the one side, the Point Lance beach unfolds for over 2 kilometers, a rare expanse of fine sand that catches the low light of the Newfoundland sunset. To the other, the cliffs of Cape St. Mary's loom nearby, where the air is thick with the scent of sea spray and the cries of 1,000 gannets. Settled primarily in the early 19th century by Irish immigrants, the community retains a lyrical Celtic spirit. You can still hear it in the cadence of the local speech and the resilience of its people. For centuries, life revolved around the trap and the flake. The men braved the unpredictable waters for the cod, while the families worked the land, tending to sheep and cattle that still roam the coastal barrens today. Today, Point Lance is a sanctuary for the quiet observer. It is a place where time moves at the speed of a grazing pony or a receding tide. It is the end of the road, but the beginning of something else, a place where the wind tells the oldest stories of the Atlantic and the sand holds the footprints of those who found a home where the land meets the sky.